Okay, mobile IP. So what is mobile IP, or we call it as MIP itself? It is nothing but Internet Engineering Task Force. Okay, it is a standard communication protocol that is designed to allow mobile device users to move from one network to the another while maintaining a permanent IP address. When I consider mobile communication, basically you know that there will be a movement of the mobile devices from one network to the other network, right? Basically, at home we can call it as a home network. We don't give that particular device, that is mobile device, at home itself, right? It may move to various places. That is in general to various networks it moves. So when there is a movement, we need to make sure that the connection, when it moves from one range, one network to the other network, the connection is not interrupted or it is not broken. It has to maintain the connection, right? That is nothing but it has to maintain a permanent IP address when there is, even though when there is a movement from network to network. So as a mobile and personal computers such as notebook, same there also. In notebook also it is a movable, it has become increasingly popular. We need to think about mobile IP. Okay, the extension of IP protocol that allows the mobile computers to be connected to the internet at any location where the connection is possible. Right, that is important. It is nothing but the extension of IP, whatever you have studied. Mobile IP in the sense, even though there is a movement from network to network, we need to make sure the connection is established and the IP, whatever, even though there is a network change, movement from one place to other place, there is a possibility that every time then IP may change. If every time the IP changes, then there will be lot of interrupt in the sense connection will not be possible. It will be disconnected. So all this we need to consider, and accordingly it has to uh, communicate, right? So here mobile IP addressing in this particular concept, the main problem, okay, that must be solved in providing mobile communication using the IP protocol is nothing but addressing. Okay, if you are in the same host, you are in the same what do we call range, then we can consider it as home network, right? Basically, see, you might have observed, when you connect your laptops to any of the Wi-Fi, it will ask you like whether it is a home network, because home network is nothing but a permanent one constant IP address. Majority of the time, we will be in that area itself, so that will be basically fixed. Okay, using that home network, actually what happened, the concept, the basic idea of this concept as mobile IPS, using the home network, if we are not in the home network, the IP, the routers in the home network, we have a concept known as agent router, we'll see that later. The router in the home net will be in a position to give you the foreign network IP address, and whenever there is a movement, continuously that routing of the packet should be made to the foreign network IP address. So basically, the main problem over here is with respect to the addressing, providing the IP address. Okay, so that is nothing but basically there are two types. One is stationary host and mobile host. Okay, addressing can be approached in two types, that is a stationary host as well as a mobile host. As the name itself indicates, stationary host is nothing but the host or the devices whichever we are going to use, it is stationary, it is fixed to one particular place or one particular network. Whereas mobile host, as again the name indicates, continuously there will be a movement or basically this network area or the range of the this particular devices will vary. As you know, the network area will also vary, right? So that is nothing but host devices or mobile host. Sorry, mobile host. Okay. So yeah, so the stationary, as I told, the original IP address in case of stationary host, is based on the assumption that host is stationary, it is fixed. Okay, it is attached to a specific network. So in this case, the router uses an IP address to route an IP datagram. As we have already seen, what is this IP datagram, what is IP address. Basically, this IP address has two phases, two parts. That is nothing but prefix and suffix, right? The prefix associates a host with the network. Okay, uh, that is nothing but in general we can say this particular IP address is fixed. Okay, the address is valid only when the host is attached to a network. Whenever the host is detected in that particular area, one particular IP address will be assigned for that, and it is totally fixed for that. Okay, whereas in case of mobile host, when a host moves from one network to the another, the IP addressing structure needs to be modified, right? So as it moves from one network to the other network, same IP address cannot be given. Okay, so it has to be modified. So that is what you're going to study under this particular concept. Okay, so mobile IP addressing. So mobile IP addressing, changing the address when there is a movement from one network to the other, how we are going to change the address. Basically, one simple solution is nothing but mobile host changes address as it goes to the new network, and the host can use DHCP to obtain the new address to associate with the new network. Okay, that is nothing but dynamically host protocol. That is dynamically whenever there is a movement from one network to the other network, a new IP address should be assigned to that particular mobile host. Okay, so how is that achieved? These are the basic steps involved. Say first, the configuration file would need to be changed. As you move from one network to the other network, it has to be checked whether that particular device is in the home network or whether it is in the foreign network, something like that. Basically, remember, home network of that house devices will be initially fixed. Okay, home network is always a particular IP. Okay, it is nothing but we can consider it as a stationary IP itself. So it is fixed. When there is first it checks whether the host device is in the home network or not. If not, obviously it will be in the foreign network. In that case, uh, using DHCP, a new IP should be assigned. Okay, that is first configure the file. Second, at each time the computer moves from one network to the another, it must be rebooted. Whenever there is a movement from one network to the other network, the entire system should be rebooted. Rebooted in the sense that configuration files should be updated. Okay. The third, the DNS table need to be revised every time. That IP address table should be revised. Okay. Fourth, if the host roams from one network to the another during the transmission, the data exchange will be interrupted. Okay. Basically, uh, during the transmission of a data or during whenever the communication is established, when there is a movement from one network to the other, you might have observed it, you might have felt it also. When there is a movement from one network to the other, sometimes an interruption will occur. Sometimes the call, if you are in a call, when you move from one network to the other network, the call will be disconnected, right? So these are the four steps. We'll go through each steps one by one. In order to achieve it, there are certain rules. We will go through that. Certain protocols are there. We'll go through it. Okay. First one, first type of addressing, what we call it as two addresses. Okay, as the name itself indicates, two addresses for a particular host. Okay, so if you go through the block diagram given here, if you go through the block diagram, see this is initially, it is nothing but the home network. Okay, which is connected to a router, and you can observe here that is mobile host or host present in the original home, and it has got one fixed IP address, that is say 131.5.24.8/16, which is nothing but we call it as a home address. Okay, the approach, in this particular approach, the host has its original address and it is called as a home address, that is the first address, and a temporary address. Okay, one more address is that is known as a temporary address, and we call that address as care of address. You can observe here. Okay, at this foreign network, suppose say that your host is not in the home network. Basically, it will be checked whether it is present in the home network. If it is not present in the home network, it means that it is present somewhere in the foreign, say we call it as a foreign network. For that, one more address is assigned. It is known as care of address. Okay, the home address is permanent as it associates the host with the home network, the network that is permanent home of the host. Okay, this is permanent, there will be no change. Whereas the care of address is temporary. Okay, that is when the host moves from one network to the another, the care of address changes. It is associated with the foreign network. Okay, so basically the care of address, whatever address is there, if it is not present, if the host is not present in the home network, then a care of address will be assigned by a foreign network. So every time whenever the host moves from one network to the other network, this particular care of address will change. Now the question will arise like how this care of address will be changed, how a new IP address will be assigned, right? So we'll go through it. So when a mobile host visits, whenever it visits a foreign network, whenever host goes to the different network, it receives its care of address during the agent discovery registration phase. So basically, there are three different phases in establishing this communication. Okay, that is nothing but we call it as first discovery and then registration and then data transfer. Okay, we will study in detail in the next PPT. So before going to it, so I hope you have understood the initial basic idea. Here two addresses will be assigned. One address is a permanent address. That is nothing but we call it as a home address. Okay. Other one address is nothing but the care of address, which is nothing but the address as and when the network changes or when there is a movement from one network to the other network, this care of address need to be changed. Okay, whenever the host is in the foreign network. Okay, so how this address will be changed, we'll go through it. Before that, uh, mobile IP agents. Okay, that is nothing but in order to make the change of the address transparent to the rest of the internet, it requires a home agent and a foreign agent. Okay, as we are aware that two addresses are required. If the device is in the home network, then that permanent address, that is home address, will be assigned. If the device is in the foreign network, then a care of address will be assigned. So in order to keep that transparent, keep that address transparent to the rest of the internet, it requires some agent. We can observe here this routers itself, we call it as a agent, and this is named as home agent, which is with respect to the home network, and a foreign agent, the router, which is with respect to the foreign network. We have to show that we have shown that home and foreign agents are nothing but router itself. But this has some specific functions as an agent. It's performed in the application layer. As the name itself, the agent, it is the one which which tells you or the which address the IP the particular host has been updated to or registered to, right? So it is the agent to discover whether the host is in the home network or whether it is in the foreign network. Once it discovers, then registration should take place. Registration for the channel should take place, right? All that things. Home agent. The home agent is usually a router. Okay, it adds to the home network to the mobile host. The home agent acts on behalf of the mobile host. When a remote host sends a packet to the mobile host, so it's nothing but this home agent acts on behalf of the mobile host. Okay, it is nothing but this router. Basically, when some device or when the remote what we call host sends any packet, this home agent will be route that particular packet to the home network or to the foreign network wherever it is. Okay, that is home agent receives the packets and send it to the foreign network. So in general, it means that this home agent will have the information whether that mobile device is in the home network or whether it is in a forward network. So basically, whatever it is, whenever some devices sends a packet, that is the remote device sends a packet to this host, it will be received at the home agent. From the home agent, it checks whether that in the home agent it checks whether the host is present in the home network. If it is present directly, it sends to the home network itself. If that particular device is not present in the home network, it will be in the foreign network. So this home agent will send a packet to the foreign agent, and from there it will be routed. Okay. So basically, this foreign agent is usually a router attached to the foreign network. The foreign agent receives and delivers the packet sent by the home agent to the mobile host, right? Basically, it receives the packet from the home agent itself. Okay. So here, this mobile host can also act as a foreign agent. Okay. In other words, the mobile host and the foreign agent can be same. Sometimes this mobile host itself, okay, this itself, it can act like a foreign agent. Okay, it can act like a router. So if it is in the same network, that is nothing but home network, it will be same. In order to do this, a mobile host must be able to receive the care of address by itself, which can be done through DPCS. So as and when this mobile host goes on, it is nothing but a simple software will be present in this mobile host. As and when it goes to the various, the software is nothing but DHCP software. As and when it goes to the various, say networks, foreign networks, that IP address should be updated with respect to the foreign network. So this is the basic idea. Two addresses will be there, that is home address as well as the foreign address, or what we call it as care of address, if the device is present in the foreign network. So how in order to control the or in order to route the packets, you have two agents, that is home agent as well as the foreign agent. Home agent basically discovers whether the device, the host is in the home network or in the foreign network. If it is present in the home network, so whichever packet arrives to the home agent, it will directly route to the home network IP. If it is the home host, if it is not present in the home network, it checks the if it is present in the foreign network. So at that the home agent will update the routing table. It contains the address of the foreign agent router. So whatever packets errors that will be routed from the home agent itself, that will be routed to the foreign agent. Okay, from the foreign agent, it goes to the from the foreign agent, it will go to the required mobile host which is present in the foreign network. So this is a basic concept. In order to achieve this, uh, see here, when the mobile host acts as a foreign agent, the care of address is called as collated care of address. Okay, as we have mentioned earlier, if the device is in the foreign agent, a separate address will be assigned for it. We call that IP address as a care of address. In this particular concept, we call it as collated care of address. The advantage of using this collated care of address is that mobile host can move to any network without worrying about the availability of a foreign agent. There is nothing but home agent itself will assign the address, the mobile host itself will assign the various address to the host. Okay, so for this, the disadvantages in the mobile host itself, you require one more software. A software is required which will assign the address, what we call it as care of address. When the device move from various network, the device, the host itself will assign the address. So in order to do that, DHCP concept will be followed. So separate software is required in order to uh, assign the foreign in order to assign the care of address, and we call that address as collated care of address. So how this is achieved? Basically, this mobile IP, we call it as three phases. In order to achieve or in order to assign a separate address for the foreign networks, this remote host and mobile host communication protocol, or steps are these steps are involved. Basically, in this particular step, there are three phases. Okay, you can observe here. Phase one, what we call it as agent discovery. Phase two is known as registration, and phase three is data transfer. So basically, in order to achieve the communication from the host to the various remote network or remote host, uh, these three steps, okay, or three phases, it should run, starting from agent discovery, next is registration, as well as data transfer. So if you go through this particular block diagram over here, the first phase, you can observe here, this is nothing but the first phase, initial phase, which is nothing but agent discovery. Okay, we need to check whether the device, the host, mobile host is at the home network, or whether it is at in the movement, or whether it is present in the foreign network. That has to be done. So that is nothing but the agent discovery, right? So in this agent discovery, it involves the mobile host. Basically, a mobile host will be involved, and the foreign agent and the home agent, right? Mobile host, which is movable from one network to the other network, as well as it involves this home agent as well as a foreign agent. Okay, so here this is the first phase. In the second phase is nothing but the registration phase. You can observe here after this dotted line, there is a registration phase. Once the agent discover is done, it enters the registration phase. So here it involves the mobile host and two agents. There is nothing but foreign as well as home agent will have to be involved. And finally, the third one is nothing but the data transfer phase, third phase, which involves the remote host is involved. Okay, only the remote host, once the communication is established, one which sends requires to send the data. So that is something what we call it as a remote host. So that is involved in transmission, that is data transfer. So coming to the first one, first phase, it is nothing but agent discovery phase. In agent discovery phase, the first phase in the mobile communication, it consists of two subphases. If you observe here, okay, if you observe in this particular section, this agent discovery, it consists two phases here, that is agent solicitation as well as agent advertisement. Okay, a mobile host must discover, that is nothing but learn the address of the home agent before it leaves its home network. So basically, before it leaves the home network, as I told you, this home network is a fixed one, and the home agent is a fixed network. So that has to be initially saved. It has to be learned initially in the routing table. It has to be updated. So basically, before the mobile device or the mobile host leaves the home network, this learning should take place. Okay, that this is very important. Okay, because through the home agent itself, the routing, even though your device is in the foreign network also, the routing will take place to the home agent itself. Okay, so here the first phase in the mobile communication is discovery of this home agent. A mobile host must also discover a foreign agent after it has moved to the foreign network. Once it moves from the home network, a foreign agent has to be discovered. Okay, so how is that? How we are going to discover? Discover consists of learning the pair of address as well as the foreign agent address. Okay, the discovery involves two types of messaging, that is advertisement as well as solicitation. So what is this agent advertisement? The first type, okay, if you go through the agent advertisement a block diagram over here, these are the different fields. Okay, the first one, these are the different fields available for the agent advertisement. Okay, so starting with the first one, this is nothing but we call it as an advertisement message. When I say in the previous diagram, so it sends an agent advertisement. So agent advertisement, in the sense the home agent will send the information to the mobile host. So what is that information? This is nothing but the fields of that information is given over here. Okay, you can observe here the first one. The router advertises its presence on a network. Okay, it will send an advertisement. It can append an agent advertisement to the packet. So it basically, this advertisement consists these fields. The first field, it is nothing but type. Okay, which is nothing but an 8-bit type, 8-bit field. It is basically, it is set up to 16. Okay, next one is nothing but the length. Length is nothing but 8-bit length field defines the total length of extraction message. Okay, extension message. So here, what is the total length of that message? All the information of the length of the message will be placed over here. Okay, next one is the sequence number. It is again a 16-bit. It is a 16-bit number. It is a sequence number field holds the message number. Okay, so in order to, because basically it sends an advertisement, the various messages may arrive. So in order to distinguish between the various messages. Each message will be assigned with its own number, so that we call it as a sequence number. Okay, uh, it is nothing but a message number. The recipient can use this sequence number to determine if a message is lost. Okay, based on that, based on the number which has been transmitted and received, based on that we can check whether the message is lost or not. Next is nothing but the lifetime. Once that advertisement is given by the agent, the lifetime is nothing but it is the time till which that particular message or particular advertisement can be active, or we call define it is nothing but now it defines the number of seconds the agent will accept the request. Okay, next is nothing but the code. This is the code field is nothing but again it is an 8-bit field in which bit is set to 1 or unset to 0. The meaning of that bits are shown in the table here, right? That is nothing but based on this is very important information. Based on the value here, one can decide where exactly the host device or the mobile device is being placed. Suppose if it is 0, it means that registration is required, no collocated care of address. In the sense, there itself one can come no collocated care of address. In the sense, it means that the device is in the home network address itself, right? Home area itself. So collocated address or care of address, which is nothing but the address related to the foreign network, is not required. If code is 1, it means that agent is busy and does not accept the registration at this moment. Okay, if the agent table is full or agent is busy in routing some packets and is not available for further connection establishment, so this code will be equal to 1. So communication will not be established. Suppose if this is 2, code is 2, then agent acts as a home agent. Okay, suppose if it is 3, then the agent will act as a foreign agent. Suppose if it is 4, agent uses minimum encapsulation. Suppose if it is 5, agent uses generic routing encapsulation. We'll see this minimal and generic in the later topic is type of encapsulation. So if it is 6, then agent supports header compression. If it is 7, unused. So basically this code gives us information whether the host device is in the mobile is in the home network or whether it is in the uh, foreign network. Okay, so this advertisement, this message will be advertised to the host. Okay, it will be given to the mobile host. So the field next is the care of address. As you know that the next field you can observe the next field over here, it is nothing but the care of address. As care of address is nothing but it contains a list of addresses variable for use as a care of address. So here in this particular advertisement, it consists various addresses. Suppose if the host is in the foreign network, a separate care of address should be assigned to that host, right? So in this particular section, you'll have list of care of address, out of which one address will be assigned. If it is the host is in the foreign network, one address will be assigned to the mobile network. That is nothing but the host. Okay, this is the first step, that is advertisement. Okay, once a solicitation is done, agent solicitation, that is nothing but when a mobile host has moved to a new network and has not received the agent advertisement. Suppose say that your host is moving now. Okay, it moves from network to network. Initially, whenever it is in the home network, the advertisement is done and all that will be saved. That configuration file, that is advertisement file, will be initially saved. Okay, once this agent, sorry, the host moves from network to network, and that the table, the advertisement table has to be updated. The IP address, that is what we call it as care of address, it has to be updated. So in that case, when a mobile host has moved to a new network and it has not received the agent advertisement, okay, it can initiate an agent solicitation. Okay, when it moves, say in this example itself, here this is the initial step, that is configuring the home network, and when this mobile host moves from one network to the other network, that is a foreign, the nearby router will be connected, will try to establish the connection. So we call it as a foreign agent. So immediately this advertisement will not be received. In that case, the mobile host will send the agent solicitation to the nearby agent, what we call foreign agent. So for that request, for agent solicitation, in response to agent solicitation, foreign agent will send the agent advertisement. That is nothing but the table, the format what we have seen over here. It consists all the information like different care of addresses will be there, out of which one assigned, one address will be assigned to that particular mobile host. So as and when this mobile host moves from one network to the other network, this process will continue. It is send or agent solicitation based on the send the advertisement. Therefore, the IP address, what we call as care of address, will be updated as and when this mobile host moves from one network to the other network. Okay, once this is done, once an IP address is assigned, next process we call it is nothing but the registration process. Okay, so we'll go through this registration process in the next session. Okay,